Turning guitar players into rock stars, the Fender Stratocaster was instrumental in the evolution of rock and roll. Buddy Holly, Clapton, and Hendrix were rarely seen without their signature guitar.
We say it's the sounds that create legends.
In production for 60 years, the Strat has left its mark on every decade.
If you ask somebody to draw an electric guitar, a lot of times they'll draw a Stratocaster shape.
From strummers to shredders, this guitar can do it all.
You go through the list from the heaviest hardcore and punk bands to the most sophisticated jazz and lounge bands, and the Fender guitar just seems to work for all of them.
After 60 years of manufacturing, Fender still holds to top quality materials. Before a single string is strung, Fender picks the wood for the neck and body.
Fender has mostly made all of its guitar bodies out of either ash or alder.
The choice of wood for the body affects the sound of the guitar.
With the woods that a Fender uses, it creates that more sparkly, jangly, kind of brilliant tone, and is what everybody knows and loves about a Fender.
First, the wood for the body is cut down to size to make it easier to work with. Two pieces are glued together, and then it's cut on a CNC machine.
After the table goes in through the machine, it's going to start cutting the perimeter, cutting the pockets. Pretty much it's going to give us 80% of the body work.
The CNC machine means perfect cuts every time.
Everything's precision cut so that we have perfect alignment and the guitar sets up perfectly.
Next, the body is sanded to bring out the famous contours.
That really is something that has to be a hand operation.
Sanding the Strat is no simple task.
It goes through multiple areas, and a Stratocaster is pretty challenging to sand because there's some tight corners and some smaller areas.
After the body has been sanded, it's ready for painting. The neck is also shaped on a CNC machine, but is made from a stronger, harder wood than the body to stand up to the extra strain.
We use maple for all of our necks, and maple is an extremely hard, robust wood.
A groove is cut where a metal truss rod will be inserted to make the neck stronger.
We put a piece of metal inside of it that actually serves to counteract the force that the strings are putting on the guitar.
From there, the neck moves on to the delicate process of fretting.
The frets are the lines that force the string to bend over that line to play that note.
Frets are wire strips made of a copper alloy that are placed at exact intervals along the neck. The strips are cut to fit the width of the guitar neck and then hammered into place.
They have to be in perfectly so they don't lift out. They have to be completely flat.
Even the slightest mistake could change a guitar's sound, and not for the better.
If one of the frets is a little bit higher, just by a couple thousandths of an inch, it will affect the ability of the rest of the guitar to play.
The back of the neck is sanded and shaped before being coated with a protective glaze. The process of adding the sunburst is one left to highly skilled painters.
It's a very delicate balance because you can't have it overspray, you can't have it go too far. It's a real subtle gradient and transition.
The guitar is then sealed with a clear coat and hung to dry for several days.
You know, the guitar is something that you kind of can't rush, and there's no substitute for time.
The thickness of the finish has to be just right. It has to look amazing and be durable without compromising sound.
The more finish you put on it to make it look like a mirror, the more the wood is encased and the less the wood will reverberate and sing.
The Stratocaster has been the symbol of rock and roll since the 1950s, all thanks to music lover Leo Fender. Leo put guitarists front and center.
You know, guitarists weren't lead guitarists in the 40s. They were in the back of the band with the drums and the bass, playing a rhythm roll.
In 1946, Leo founded Fender. His first guitar was a lap steel model.
This man was driven. It was the most important thing. He worked 7 days a week. He mortgaged his house.
With the dawn of rock and roll, guitars needed a bigger sound. Enter Leo's Telecaster, Fender's first groundbreaking guitar.
The Telecaster changed modern music.
From country to jazz to rock and roll, the Telecaster was a part of the evolving music scene, and the technology behind the guitar evolved with it. The result of that evolution was the Stratocaster.
A lot of times it's like, did you invent the electric guitar? No, we really just changed it and popularized it.
Leo also made sure the Strat would last.
I see guitars all the time. They're 1954 Strats that have been in service since the day they were made.
Over its 60-year history, performers were dedicated to the guitar. Some, like Buddy Holly, followed by Jimi Hendrix, and then Eric Clapton, were rarely seen without their Strats strapped to their back. But before this guitar can be strapped to anyone's back, it needs to be put together.
There's the neck and the body. They come together, and that's what we call the area of final assembly, where the pickups are wound, where the electronics are all put together.
The 3 single-coil pickups have been a part of the Stratocaster since the beginning. A pickup is what takes the vibration of the strings and turns it into sound. The pickups work just like tiny microphones.
It operates just like a microphone would, and it takes the magnetic field and the responsive vibration of the strings and transfers that into sound.
The pickups, tone knobs, volume knob, and a switch to choose between the 3 pickups are attached to the body and then soldered together.
It's really one of our hallmarks. A large part of the Fender sound or mojo is really inside of these pickups.
This is the switch and the 3 pickups. Okay, this is how it looks on the front when it's assembled.
A lot of people that make pickups today, they're all based off of original Fender designs.
And it's the heart of the guitar.
Next, the neck and body finally meet up.
Before Leo Fender created this modular guitar design, when the neck went bad, you threw it away. The guitar was done.
4 screws and a metal plate connecting the 2 pieces mean you can toss the neck without replacing the guitar. The hardware is then dropped into the body. The neck is tightened into place.
First step is setting the neck.
Then the guitar is strung. Then it's time for the tremolo arm, also known as a whammy bar. It's a lever that can create a vibrato effect.
Tremolo is that effect that kind of copies what a flamenco guitarist can do when they play single notes very fast, that natural vibrato effect.
It gives that sound, you know, when you, yeah.
Springs are added to hold the tremolo arm in place.
I'm gonna put 3 springs in the back, and that's gonna hold the tremolo.
Then it's on to final inspection. In this case, that means noodling on the guitar.
It's really played at every fret. It's bent all the way up the neck, and just to make sure that it's got perfect intonation, that it sounds right. You know, there are a million little things.
After passing inspection, the Stratocaster is ready to ship to guitar heroes new and old, to strum their favorites new and old.
For most people, it's the soundtrack to those milestones in life that are just the most memorable things. There's always a song that's running in the back of your mind, and the chances are those songs were written and performed on a Fender instrument.